we were friends for a really long time in high school. And then we all ended up down here in Phoenix, like at different times, not too far apart, but different times. And we used to go to shows all the time. That's like all we did because we couldn't get into bars. And so we decided...
we got into bars.
They did. They had fake IDs. So we just decided, we were sitting in a pool one day talking about our friend Nikki and how her nickname was Juicy Newt. And she said, and then Sarah said, that'd be a funny name for a band or something. Right?
An all-girl band.
An all-girl band, yeah. And so we're like, fuck it, let's do it. So we did.
And I called the drums.
She called, I get drums.
I think you guys had it called before I got there.
No, you were there. I think I pretty much told everybody. I was like, I get to play the drums, and you played guitar in high school, so you should play guitar.
And I've always had a thing for bass players, so I had to choose the bass.
And then I sang. That's how Juicy Newt started.
I feel like we're kind of catty.
Yeah, I feel like
well, we don't feel like, a lot of people try and pigeonhole us as, well, you're girls, so you have to play with girls. And we've held our own for years playing with boys. There's no reason, because we have vaginas, we have to play with other vaginas. Like, it's
exactly. But we don't mind doing it. If
we
it
don't
happens
mind
to be
it,
other girls, if we're members of Chicks with Picks and everything, like, you know, that they get actually some really cool gigs for us and a lot.
Well, I like all kinds of music. I can't say that I try to sound like anybody else because I don't think I'm good enough to sound like anybody else. I kind of just play whatever I can play. But I always wanted, when we very first started being a band, my ultimate goal was for one day to have Dave Grohl know who I was and to know that I'm a good drummer, or to think that I was a good drummer. That was the ultimate. But I don't know. I guess I'm kind of more of the rock side, I guess. Like 90s alternative rock.
Yeah.
Is kinda, or like, I guess I kind of like harder music than they do, I'd say.
I like everything pretty much. The only thing I really can't train my ears to really enjoy is like super metal. But other than that, I pretty much like everything. I used to say that I liked everything but polka, but I actually like polka a lot too. And I don't know. I do. I listen to everything. Right now I'm kind of in like a folksy, bluesy kind of phase. Like I listen to a lot of Amos Lee, Ray LaMontagne, and stuff like that. But I love Veruca Salt. For me is like huge. I think musically inspiration for sure. I don't know. My favorite singer is Freddie Mercury, Etta James, Otis Redding, that kind of stuff. But I like everything.
I hate this question because there's not like one person that I ever looked at and went, that's who I want to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this collection of, I started young musically, like learning classical music and playing classical music, and at the same time loving dance music and being a dancer and listening to hip hop and rock and heavy metal and the blues and the old country and everything. And it's all just kind of like, I've always been into music and always loved performing. And so it's just kind of like, well, that's where I belong. But it's hard to pinpoint, yes, I want to be Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm striving to be like, Debbie Gibson.
And I don't try to play like, let's see, what would Flea play right here? Like, I don't think about that. I just listen to music and say, what do I hear? What needs to go there? So
we didn't know what we were doing, so it's like, let's play whatever we think sounds cool, and that's how it happened.
I think that was a quote, like a literal quote, was we were practicing in my garage in here. Practicing, I don't think you can call it practicing when you didn't know how to do it.
We were driving your roommates crazy.
Yeah, we were just like trying to make noise that sounded good together, and I think it was just like, okay, just do what sounds cool
to us.
Yeah.
We didn't really care what anyone else thought.
And we wrote a song. The first song we ever wrote is pretty terrible. Actually, when I hear it now, I don't hate it, but we played that one song all the time for probably like a couple months. That was like it was such a triumph.
Mm-hmm.
For like an hour a night, we play one song over and over and over.
Oh my god, they get so pissed. They're like, is it rehearsal night? And they'd all leave.
They'd go to the bar. Even if it was karaoke night at the bar, they would still go
there.
And
they'd still go. You know, they were bad then.
And on the CD there, in the who we wish not to thank because they were not supportive
Like we thank these people, and then it says we'd like to not thank, and then we listed them. They have just a copy of the CD and they love it. So
I remember my mom called one time randomly while we were practicing, and I was like, "Mom, listen to this," and so I held the phone up and we played like some piece of shit that and she actually told me, "You guys should quit your day jobs." So
covers with us, because we have such different musical taste, is like pulling teeth. Like we talk about a cover for a year before we can all three finally agree on one cover.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we just decided that we needed to play a cover. I don't know, it feels like something you need to do. And we debated, like, you know, you wanted to cover something that I hated, and I wanted to do something that you...
Well, I wanted to do Rape Me, but you were like, Dave Grohl drumming? Yeah, like that's going to happen, you know, like stuff like that.
Like we have to find a song that we not only all agree on and like, but a song that fits us, and a song that is sort of, we can, I don't want to say dumb it down for us, but we can kind of, you know,
we kind of make
play it, we can figure it out and play with it a little bit. You know, it's not like...
And it has to fit like all three of our styles. Like if we decided to choose a song and it was like me and you, but Sarah hated it or whatever, it would just wouldn't come across well enough.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of through, 50 songs that we all threw out there. That one just kind of got narrowed down.
That was a big part of my childhood, though.
Oh, yeah.
That record, I listened to it a lot.
A whole lot. I love that album.
That's one of the records, like we were talking about earlier, about how you only know it, like, in order, you know it as an entire piece, not the song. That's one of those records for me.
Correct.
And then it closed like 2 weeks later. It turned into a gay.
Yeah, it went gay and then it closed.
Yeah.
We turned it gay and then we shut the doors.
And then we played this other place after that called Tupelo Tap Room, and they closed not long after.
And then we played the Brick House,
and they closed.
and
We're like,
lost
shit.
their flicker license. So our first like 3 or 4 shows, we go through stages. Like we went through a stage where Jughead's was home, when Sid was alive, and I mean it was like we stuck out like sore thumbs. We weren't very good yet, and we were just like babies.
Everybody was so welcoming, though.
Yeah, everyone was so awesome and so nice. I love playing Hollywood Alley.
Hollywood Alley is
That's probably
amazing.
awesome.
The sound is amazing.
People that work there are awesome.
Coldplay.
Coldplay was awesome.
I wasn't expecting. It was the first year that we went. They were the one with Clocks just came out, whatever album that was, and I'd heard a little bit about them and wasn't expecting much. And I was freezing my ass off at Coachella, huddled in this little like ball of myself, and they came on and just blew me away. Just absolutely blew me away. I thought they were amazing.
Yeah, they were really good. And then Coachella last year was really awesome. I went and saw Aimlessly in September last year. That was awesome. But just the whole experience, like the night, everything about it, that was really awesome.
Oh, man. There's been a couple of shows that have... 9 Inch Nails. I'm not the hugest 9 Inch Nails fan, but the first time I ever saw them, they played in the dark. They didn't have any stage lights on. They had the audience lit up the whole time, and I thought it was really amazing. And then I saw them another time. The last album, not the last album, but the one before the last one that came out.
When they were on the Perfect Circle tour.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was that, but the one that I saw recently, it was at Coachella that I saw them. I remember listening to this song on the album, and the drums were the craziest shit I ever heard. It was, it had to have been a drum machine. There was no way anybody could ever play this live. And then you get out there, they come on stage, and the drummer nails this thing that's not this 8-beat. It was really incredible.
Yeah, I love them when I saw them. They're another top band that just blew me away when I saw them.
And when we went and saw the Constantines in LA,
that was awesome.
I was ready to cry for most of that. One of my favorite bands ever.
Might be painless. I